Hiya, hiya. Well, it's over. Christmas is over. Now we can take all the decorations down and get ready for what I'm doing right now, which is a sequel to what I did yesterday. I am following all of the guidelines according to the pandemic instructions that have come from the World Health Organization. And that's why I'm sitting here alone. You don't have anybody around you. You don't catch anything. You don't have to wear a mask because there's no one here. And the only other thing I will tell you is that it'd be a good time if you are of that persuasion to get some plastic surgery done on your face. Well, these surgeons are now making house calls. You know, they'll come over to your house with a nurse and the equipment, and they'll give you a lift. It's I go to Jiffy Lube myself. I don't know about you, but you know, when you get a little older, you want to get rid of some of the things, the lines that you have in your face, and you know that velocity face that you get. We all want to look like Melania Trump. Is that? If I only had breasts like that, boy, would I be popular. But you know, the thing is that you got to be tall, statuesque, and gifted, and beautiful, and you don't have to say anything when you're beautiful. You know, if you're ugly, you better do a lot of talking. Rush, that's why you notice I'm not a quiet guy. Rush Limbaugh is doing, oh yeah, the Republicans and the Democrats, we're all so tired of it now. I mean, he's starting to play more music. It's nothing to talk about. What are you going to talk about? The craziness of the king? You know, you don't have that. Even the Queen of England has come out and tried to calm everybody down during this Christmas season. We didn't have things the way they were before, but I didn't like the way they were anyway. I couldn't afford the way they were. I don't know about you. Did you have money? Did you? Well, you're very fortunate then. So what is it now? You have a lot of money, you can't go anywhere with it? Yeah, you can buy certain things like food and have a cosmetic surgeon come over to your house with a nurse. You can do that if you want to change your face. I just sit here all day and I watch TikTok, waiting for my mood changes, my mood swings. TikTok is just the most boring for older people. I mean, it doesn't go anywhere because it's not supposed to. It's a video experience. You know, you just put the thing on, and if you see something you like, then you click on it, and the next time they do something like that again, that great memory that's in that electronics will show you that particular type of thing that you were interested in again. That's how they sell stuff anyway. You know, you remember when they used to say that on Amazon, if you like this, then you might like that, or if you bought this, then you'll buy that. You know, that's the way they've been selling stuff for a long time. If you are watching some certain type of a show on Netflix, and they say, okay, this is your kind of movie, you know, your kind of series, because they got your number. They got your number. See, the fact of the matter is that when this thing that I'm on right now is off, it's never off. You think it's off. This is a tracking device. This is the worst time in history to be a gangster, I would say. You get caught at everything, you know, not only the DNA, but also the camera equipment. Everybody, you can't even rob a bank. You put a mask on, everybody thinks you're just being normal. You can't do anything. People used to do things all the time that were off, but now it's on camera. You can't get away too much. I don't know if I just think back to my childhood. I wonder if I had a camera following me all the time, if I would have done those things to my mother. And when I put the cat in the drawer, and you were wondering where the cat was. I hated that cat. And that little name, Fluffy. How do you give a pet a name like Fluffy? That thing was vicious. It had a collection of mice in the drawer where I kept it. No, I wouldn't be. I'm not. I love animals. That's why I'm single. You know, when you love animals, you really are a good, I would say, a good soul. You know, I mean, you'll be rewarded if you adopt pets, and I hope people who have adopted pets during this pandemic for the last year don't return them. This is not Amazon. You know, I mean, you don't send them back all of a sudden and have a clearance on pets. They don't have that, you know. But you can return goods, incidentally, speaking of that, without going to the post office and mailing it back, without going in line at the store. All you do is go to Kohl's, and they'll take your Amazon thing back. They got a line around there that you would think you're going to get a vaccination, you know. It's people returning. There's more returns than there are what they sold. This is the way record business was. I remember when we had Saturday Night Fever. It was shipped gold and came back platinum. How did that happen? That's because someone was counterfeiting. You know, people counterfeit. They take things that don't belong to them. That's called China. And they replicate it, duplicate it, repackage it, sell it, regift it. I don't regift anything because I'm too selfish. You know, when you get something and you like it, you're glad that you got something. You know, Kreskin sent me a flashlight so that I could. I don't know what the hell the meaning was, but it's the greatest gift. I don't know why. I'm serious. You'd think I'm joking. Wait a minute. Let me just. This is from the amazing Kreskin, The Mentalist. Wait a minute. Where is that thing? Follow me. This is it. Of all the gifts in the world, of all the money that could be spent, my daughters bought me beautiful things, but the thing I got from Kreskin is I don't know where you put this. I think you got to attach it to yourself. But when you're older and you can't see so much, you put the slide on. See, isn't that great? I mean, you know, when you're loaded at night and you can't find your way home. Of course, nobody leaves the house anymore anyway. What am I looking for? But this is great. I got this from the amazing Kreskin. The guy's got $40 million and he gave me a flashlight. You know, this is the kind of friend you don't want to have. So I returned the gesture. I thought I gave him a copy of my book. Let a smile be your umbrella, but don't get a mouthful of rain. Can you imagine you give gifts with your own book, you know, to somebody? Isn't that thoughtful? That's so selfish, right? You know, you give something to someone that you are not paying for anymore. That you're just that's the big thing, I think, is when you have a gift list and you know that you have to buy a lot of different things because they're going to give you something, you better have something in return. That's the way it used to be in the weddings when I was a kid. If you went to someone's wedding and you gave them a gift, they would have to give you the same comparable amount. And the same thing in reverse. So what we did was we kept a list of things that people gave us, so with a dollar next to it, so we knew how much we had to spend on the gift to give them when they got married. It was such a game of just, why don't we just give each other the money and get it over with? And, you know, it's like a savings account, but people don't like dealing in money. Money's cold. But come over to the house. I like some cold cash. Thank you very much. Or as they call it in the neighborhood, dead presidents. Well, we don't want to use that expression these days. That's not gonna fly. It was the black community. Give me some dead presidents. Yeah, well, let's not push it. So that's it. I'm going to take my flashlight and go find some material so I can come back here tomorrow. Hey, maybe I could use that cosmetic surgeon at the house. Give me a nice lift. Wow. It's a Reynolds wrap.